That's the wrong show.
Jim, that's the wrong show.
That's the wrong show.
Can we end the broadcast, please? There we go.
It's because me and Esther are on it.
He's getting all... Hello! Look at me in the bottom corner. Hello! Welcome to Get to My Goat, the show that talks about things that absolutely wind us up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share the link if you can. I'm hosting this week, sadly, because Keris has some proper work. And we're not jealous at all of that. We're all absolutely, hello, Colin. We're all absolutely fine with that. Joining me this week is regular Danny Postil. Hello, Danny.
Hi, Esther. All right?
Yeah, I'm good. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good, apart from my confrontation with another cyclist today. But apart from that, it's all good.
All right. Well, use this as therapy. Where are you chatting from?
Hartlepool.
Hartlepool. She's chatting from Hartlepool. Okay, thank you, Danny. We've also got, look, she's already livid. We've also got our lovely gentle Rose. We've got Dee Maxwell, gorgeous Dee Maxwell. Hello, Dee.
How are you, darling? If you don't go to your bed, I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Terrifying. Hello, April. Oh, fab name. Dee, where are you calling? Hello, Dee. Where are you calling? I don't know where I'm going. I'm returning to
all the way from Ayrshire.
Hello, Dee. What's your name and where are you calling from? You're in Ayrshire. That's you in Ayrshire there. Yeah. Hello, Symphony. I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. No, I even tried to pronounce yeah, I know, amazing. Okay, bless him, the little monkey hanger. That's in reference to last night's show. And then this week we've got the brand new to this particular show, but she is my co-host on Drawn Together, Lily Phillips. Hello, Lily.
Hi, Esther.
Hello.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, we all objected, but you forced your way in. And where are you calling from? No, stop saying that. Where are you, Lily?
Is this a dating website? Mine on PlayStation. Oh my god.
Well, if we're on Babe Station, then someone's very disappointed with Danny turning up. What?
Yeah.
Well, they probably got
say that, Danny.
No. Where are you? Where are you, Lily?
I'm in London, North London.
You're in North London. I'm over in East London, so we're not warring. It's not like we're North and South.
We are rivals, though.
But we are kind of, I'm in the East Side gang with a tougher lot. You're all like lattes and
you're dressed like you're in a gang as well.
I am in the gang.
Nice.
I'm in Dee's gang.
I'm
in Dee's gang.
Emails. That's what it is.
It's what?
Gangsters versus strongly worded emails.
That's so true.
Definitely.
That's so true. The guys on the top would be like, I'm very disappointed by this, whereas me and Dee would be like, hey, that's you, and back and bollocks off, hey, that's you looking at me funny on the bus. Okay, so we're gonna kickstart this off. Let's go straight to Dee, because it's quite topical, yours, Dee. It's quite topical for the moment. Dee, what gets your go is people who think comedy isn't important. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, obviously current events with the funding and the loophole. Now, let me just shout, I'm not a big comedy 5-spotter, 10-spotter. I was always independent. However, if it wasn't for comedy clubs and all the rest, if you look at the generations, it really annoys me. Now, most of my males right now, you all know that I talk about flange and vagina and other stuff, and flange and vagina. But I get loads of messages from infirm people. I get messages for people that are in the middle of the exams. I get messages of people that are in rehab. I get messages for people that are working in hospitals telling me, without my comedy, without my laughter, without my intellectual message that I pass out through my comedy, because that's how intelligent I am. No, I'm not. They wouldn't be where they are. To say that it's not important when there's war there is comedy, there is jesters, there is people of courts, there's people of entertainment. When there's hard times, there's people who's into a middle of thing where they bring laughter, they bring joy. So how the fuck can comedy not be, live comedy be something that we can do without? Or don't talk so much shite. It's part of keeping people together.
I know. And also, comedy, people don't really consider... D for president. D for president.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Can you imagine? That would be the perfect end to 2020 if it was like, and now the president of the United States is D Maxwell, and the whole of America is just going, what's she saying? You can take down that fucking wall as well.
In the fucking house, stop kidding on there's no vaccine, get your legs scalped in.
You'd fucking do as you were told, that's for sure.
You would. There'd be no messing around with D in charge. But a lot of people think that stand-up isn't part of the arts. They think that like stand-up is not a performance. And I think for all of us that realise how much work goes into writing our sets and the adrenaline and the nerves and the terror, it is a performance.
A lot of comedians don't like actresses and actresses don't like comedians. But see, actually being both of them and being in both fields and having friends in both ships, most of the most cracking, comedy actors came from stand-up.
Yeah.
That was a really lovely comment from April there. She said, D, you've kept her going through lockdown.
There you go.
April Fergie. That's very nice. Not the rest of us. She ain't fussed about the rest of us. So, Danny, what's your... you can get to fuck. Danny, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, what people don't actually realise, and I had a chat today with a comedian called Matt Bragg, who's a good mate of mine who's on the circuit, and we said what people don't realise is if they want to raise money for a charity, they'll go, oh, I'll get a comedian on, I'll get a comedy night on, and we obviously we'll take a fee for it because it's our living, but we raise so much money for that particular charity for having an event on. So these people forget about stuff like that. So when they see all these charities losing money and everyone's in the thing, oh, actually, do you know what? How else are we going to raise money? Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we can have a golf day or we can have a charity football match and this, that, and the other. But it's not as effective as going to an event where you have comedians on who are making everybody laugh, forgetting about the problems for that 2 or 3 hours they're at their event for. Do you know what I mean? And this is where people... They need to fucking understand that, and also how hard we work. Like you said, how long does it take to fucking write an hour set? And like me, to learn like loads of new impressions and get loads of new material together. It's bloody difficult.
I like the way you said, like, what's the alternative? Like a golf day. A golf day sounds like my idea of absolute hell. If someone was like, do you want to come to a comedy night, have a few beers? I'd be like, yeah, I'd be all right for that. But would you like to come to a charity golf day?
Rishi Sunak comes on telling that, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to scrap comedy and we are going to have lots of golf days. People would be fucking furious, like, wouldn't they? You know what I mean?
Imagine if that was an announcement, Boris Johnson. We're just going to replace comedy with golf. I think everyone should be behind that. Wearing masks and playing golf, all right? Lily, what's your thoughts on this? Because you're a varied performer.
Oh, varied. No, I think
you performed in lots of different ways like D.
Yeah, so I was a dancer for a bit, and I've done some acting. Yeah, mainly prostitution, dancing, mainly blowjobbing, which I also think should be supported. That is a career as well.
It's the art to give people pleasure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly, and pleasure, it's subjective. Everyone just has their own way of giving blowjobs. And I like to give blowjobs and then tell a joke and then give blowjobs. It's good to combine the two arts together. Thank you. # save
my husband says my blowjobs are a joke.
I was a trained dancer. I just want people to know that it isn't my job.
You're trained in blowjobs?
No, I'm actually terrible at them. Try not to do them as much as possible. Try to avoid it, the BJing.
Okay, well, with that, let's move on to one of yours then, Lily. Lily, you said, so I'm just leaning forward to read my little thing. Lily, you said that your pet peeve, what gets your goat, is people who live in the moment. Tell us about that.
So it's basically a way of just saying my boyfriend fucks me off, but generally people think living in
What's he done?
I don't know if you can hear me. He's not watching this. He doesn't even follow me on Instagram. He's such an arsehole. I know, and I didn't know he didn't follow me for ages. Like, I was posting on the stuff thinking that
he follows
was
me.
Seeing it, and then he was
follows
like,
me.
"Oh,
Thomas,
I don't know."
he follows me.
No. You can't even get the support from people you're giving blowjobs to. And yeah, they're infrequent. But I think I should get that support anyway.
So living in the moment.
So everyone's always talking about it. They're like, oh, this is how we should be. We should just be in that moment, and we shouldn't think about the past, or we shouldn't think about the future. But he does that. And in reality, what that means is that you're an arsehole, because there are no consequences to anything you do. So you make... Why are you looking at me like that, Dee? Like, so he's making something. He'll make something. He'll open all the cupboards. He'll get all the things out. He'll make his thing, and then he'll eat his thing, and then that doesn't exist anymore because he's in a new moment. Like, he's in a new thing. He's focused on his new thing.
Break up with him. If you want a few minutes to go and do it now, we'll all just sit and listen.
Yeah. Just 1 second. It won't take long.
Dee, you looked quite livid about that. What's your thoughts?
She's just met me and she called me a fucking arsehole.
Do you live in the moment?
I'm a fucking live by the seat of the pants. I'm the person that gets up on a Saturday morning and goes, yes, let's go to Amsterdam today. You know,
that's okay. That's being spontaneous. That's different.
Your man's abusing the power of living in the moment. I do not live in the past. I do not think of the future. But I fucking wash my dishes after I've ate my lasagna.
Good.
Yeah. That's you there, with your lasagna. That's you. Danny, what's your thoughts?
I just think people use living in the moment to either get pissed or get off their head.
Yes, an excuse.
I mean, going to the Instagram thing, I have to follow my missus on Instagram. She's got this Avon thing going on, so I've got to follow that. And not only that, she's got me doing shit on her Avon page. Like, so today, because I was doing personal voice messages as Donald Trump for people, I was dressed up as Donald Trump. So she was like, oh, right, this would be really funny if you just sit on the toilet as Donald Trump reading an Avon magazine. And I'll just say Donald Trump loves Avon, whatever the situation. So I'm dressed up as Donald Trump. I mean, I've obviously pulled the lock down. I made sure the tie was covering the cock. Do you know what I mean? And it was tucked in. I was reading an Avon magazine.
Yeah. The only
Danny's
one.
got 8.
Yeah. And I was reading an Avon magazine. That's what I do for my missus. That's the things I do. You know,
I'm going to tell Thomas that.
Yeah, no, I think you should. Right, Danny, let's have a look at one of yours. You've said kids who think they're more intelligent than their parents.
Oh, I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. Like, listen to your parents. They're bringing you up. They're paying fucking money to bring you up. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was the reason that I want to talk about this is because I was out a few nights ago and I was talking to a couple who I know, and they were telling me about their daughter. And they were like, oh, she's so intelligent, we can't argue with her. I says, how old is she? 8. I'm like, come on, she's 8, right? And you can't. Basically, what she did, right, is they said to her, oh, you're going to bed tonight, Ellie or Ella, wherever she's called. You're going to bed. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, Daddy, but, like, you know, if my brother is staying up and I've got to go to bed, that is just unfair. And she's like, well, because he's 13 and you're 8, that's the reason you are going to bed. And then she replied with, you seriously call this parenting? That's what you come out with. Like,
maybe she is smarter than them.
This is where I want Dee's response, because I know what she'd fucking do.
That's a spoiled kid. No, I'm getting rolled up by that. That's a spoiled kid. Yeah. That is a spoiled kid who's being set up to have a very problematic future when nobody meets their expectations. Dee, go on. Have it, Dee.
Straight away. That 8-year-old isn't smart. That 8-year-old is an arsehole, right?
Yeah.
Right? Lily said living in the moment's an arsehole because her man's abusing living in the moment, right?
This is pissed all over it.
Right. But my 8-year-old's very intelligent, but I'll tell you right now, this is what happens when he said he's not going to bed. Go to your bed right now before you don't wake up in the fucking morning.
There you go. Now, some could
I
say
think you've helped me. I say quite frequently to my children, see if you don't stop that, I'm going to poke your eyes out.
Yeah.
Everybody else's children's terrified.
They know you won't, but they might. I don't know.
No, I won't. But I can't stand that. That's not intelligent kids. That's kids with a lack of respect for their adults. And I'm sorry, there's still a need for that, and it really annoys me how he's not cheeky. Our Theodore's not cheeky. He's just got freedom of speech and emotion. Shut it and get him grounded.
No, we've absolutely screwed up that generation by letting them think that they're so entitled and they've got rights. No, you've got no rights. You're a child. My daughter came home from school and she said, I'm entitled to privacy. I was like, when you live in your own house, but in my house, there is no privacy. If I want to take the door off your bedroom, I will. Lily, now you live in North London, which is quite an entitled area. Do you come across many a child that thinks they're very intelligent compared to their parent?
Yeah, definitely. And I don't have kids, but I used to do something called princess parties, which was hell on earth. It was absolute. It was just awful. And these kids were rich, entitled North London kids, and they tell you what to do all the time, because your boss was basically the birthday girl who was 4. It'd be like fucking telling you what to do the whole day. And one kid, one time that I was doing one. I like leant over to like pick something up, and she looked down my top and she said to me, why do you wear a bra if you don't have any boobies? I mean,
why do you though? Why do you though?
I don't know. I've stopped since she called me out on it, and now we're like best friends. And she follows me on Instagram.
Unlike your boyfriend.
Unlike my boyfriend.
Some people, they have really bad attitude.
So rude. I know.
Shut your mouth. Send Jeffrey Epstein back to life and fucking send you around your house. Do you know what I mean?
That took a dark turn. That took a dark turn.
Wait till I tell you this. My niece today, she said about the dog, every time I change my wee boy attitude, the dog keeps licking my wee boy's bits, right? And I said, that worrying if Jimmy Savile comes in your house and start licking your wee boy's bits? And she went, I'm so glad he's dead. She didn't even get the joke. He wouldn't even
like that was a genuine possibility.
I love the way I said that, and then Dee just followed it up with another pedo joke. I was like, thank you, Dee. You fucking saved me.
Listen, I've been touched with pedos. We've talked about this before. I'm allowed to joke about it. I'm a survivor.
And actually, pedos is one thing that we fucking hated on this, which got our goat. So that was Leo.
I love that. Pedos are just, they're not good. They're just a bit annoying, guys. They're a bit annoying.
He sends the boss the pedo cash. We can't distinguish.
He was a pedo. Yeah. Fucking programs, Jimmy Savile. That's what he said, didn't he?
Right.
So many people. Okay. Have you seen the gymnastic one where the doctor was fingering all of them?
Oh, okay. Right. Moving on. So
he was like, guys, come in, and be like, I've sprained my ankle. And he was like, okay, I just need to finger you first, and then we'll deal with the ankle. Honestly.
It's been a pleasure doing the last episode of What Gets My Goat. There will be a new cast next week.
Is he also a comedy booker in the Northwest? Anyway,
more fucked now.
Okay, so guys, if you can please share the link. You can also donate because we're all poor comedians. But also let's move on to one of D's. D. Oh my God, I have no words. I know Gina G. I know, darling. Okay, so D. Oh, hello. People who get married and are happy.
I fucking hate them. See people that start about 10 years down the line and you know, they've all got me marked as Bridget Jones with a big industrial pants on and try to match me up with a fucking weirdo pal that nobody wants to go out with, but they think that I'm at that age. I will go out with Trevor. Trevor's a safe bet now. I'm 40 and I'm just like, fuck off, this isn't fucking, and then they sit there and they go, when she finds something like this, I'm like, fucking yeah. Do you know what? He completes me. He won't complete you if I set him on fire, you fucking asshole.
Completes me. I don't like that sentence, he completes me, or this is my other half. No. Because I've been married for 12 years on Saturday and my marriage is fine. Danny, you're getting married.
Yeah, well, so we're getting married. The actual party is going to be in Spain, but what we had to do is we had to get married in the UK before we went to Spain. But instead of getting married in the UK, we got married in Las Vegas, so we're officially married. He's fucked off. Now,
Dee's angry. She's livid. Absolutely livid. Hey, that's you with your wedding in Spain.
If someone tells you they are happily married, it's absolute bollocks. Tell you what, do you know what? I met a couple once, right? Me and Amy were on holiday and we were talking to this couple, and they've been together for 12 years and they've never had an argument. I was like, they've got something to hide.
They know they must be psychopaths.
Do not bring me up in that context, okay? All right? We don't argue because he's not allowed to talk. That's how it works.
Me and Amy, the dog doesn't like it either. Even the dog agrees. Do you know what I mean? There's something wrong with people who don't have an argument. Like, honestly, me and Amy argue, but we accept the fact that it's normal to argue, and then we make up. Do you know what I mean?
Arguing's great. I love arguing.
It is.
Lily, your boyfriend that you're going to break up with any moment now, and I assume there's some of his pants in the background, so sexy times all round. But
sorry, I just realised that was really dark. I don't know why.
Do you think you and dogging is the future?
Wow.
Okay.
Dogging.
Right.
You know when we do those gigs with the cat drive-ins?
Yeah. And then you can dog there. Dogging is quite depressing though, I think. Did you ever see that documentary? No, but did you see that documentary about dogging?
No, I didn't.
It was on Channel 4. It was on Channel 4.
Right,
why were you in it?
My dogs have went pure asbo. I need to go and put them in the cage before I kill them.
Okay, do it. You do that. We'll just carry on talking dogging.
I love that.
Asbo. No, in this documentary about dogging, they're all just like stood in a field and it was really cold, and it's just two women and a man, and she's like, "Come on, then get your knob out," and he's like, "Okay," and it was just the most depressing, unsensual experience I've ever seen in my life.
And in the UK, like the weather, we just don't have the weather for dogging. Just
no,
don't have the weather for
that's
dogging.
The only thing that's really stopping me. No, but we're not married, but I just want to be in a relationship for a really long time and be unhappy anyway. I don't want it to be anything to do with marriage.
I'm a huge fan of actually being with someone and being happy being with them, as opposed to saying, right, we're going to organise this big wedding, everyone's going to... Because I feel like you're doing it for everybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, things are so annoying.
We're happy anyway,
Definitely.
I just feel because... I don't know. I think because I hang about with loads of guys, I hear what they say about women's vaginas, so I'm kind of scared to go out with one.
Hello, Melanie.
And the
hello, Melanie.
When you go to weddings, they're all pretentious, aren't they? You see, I went to a wedding recently, right? And I knew the bride and the groom has both fucking cheated on each other. They're up, they're doing the speeches, everything's done. They make such a lovely couple. I'm like, you clearly don't know what the fuck's going on, do you? I'm like, this pretentious bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know there is a lot of
as well.
There is a lot of pretense. There is a lot of pretense.
One of my other things that annoyed me was unnecessary photo shoots, and that links to that because my friend.
All right, we'll move on to that then, Lily. We'll move on to that then as the host. We'll do that. What we'll do is I'll just say what we're moving on to. All right, darling.
I don't want to do the whole thing on it. I just want to say that.
Bloody posh people and their entitlement. What we'll do. Hen. Aye. There you are, crouching with all your artisan bread, thinking everything I see.
Your lasagna, Lolly.
I do love a lasagna. I'm so scared of Dee right now. I'm so happy that this is an online gig and not a live.
Look, I'm home. My wife.
It's not a show with no security. Yeah.
Okay, Lily, tell us.
You know my lover. I'm not a fighter. I'm fed up with this Scottish stereotyping. Okay, guys.
Yeah, you know, right.
Okay, sure.
Back down. Yeah, no, she's 100% right. She's 100% right. We're all complete. Yeah, sure. So Lily, you recovered now, Dee. Where's Kerry tonight? Melanie, she's not here. She's got paid work, so I'm afraid you got me, babe. All right. Yeah. But she'll be back, don't worry. And everyone will pay attention to her and listen to her and not decide what topics we're doing without her fucking say so. Honestly, I'm getting right mugged off here. Right, Lily. So moving on. Oh, that's just a neat segue into Lily's topic of unnecessary photo shoots. Tell us about that, Lily Phillips.
Thank you so much for letting me speak. No, just one tiny story about a friend that had she had an engagement photo shoot. So he proposed to her privately in the normal way, and then they
everyone doesn't have to
married.
What?
These are the bitches that get married to decent people.
Yeah, but no, she is the bitch. So she reenacted the engagement. She made him do the whole thing all over again with a photographer to capture it. And the joke is, like weeks before we'd all gone out and she'd told us all how she'd been banging somebody else. And then she posts this whole photo shoot of this reenacted engagement. Like, we're so happy together, looking into the distance, like, fucking hell.
It's good for other people to have banter in the pub about, though, behind their backs, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah. When I got married at 25, right? So I was quite young. But when my husband proposed to me, we climbed up a mountain, and he got down on one knee, and he said, "Would you marry me?" I said, Dee was there. And I said no, because I thought it'd be funny. He then welled up. I was like, "No, I'm joking. It's fine." He was going, "Oh, good one." And then we drank a bottle of wine, and then he realised that he was going to shit himself. So we had to climb all the way back down a mountain with him going, "Don't look at me. Oh, it's coming out. Oh." And I was like, "This is really romantic. We're going to be together forever now." Okay, Dee. What's yours about unnecessary photo shoots? What do you think?
I can't be fucked with any of those. And do you know what? Not that I like cute babies and all that, right? But see, I've got my
okay, Melanie.
Do not mention mountains. I know, fuck, take Melanie, you think they'd learn. But I can't do that. And see that whole, right, I've been engaged twice, ran away twice, right? But
you ran away twice?
Yeah, I was a runaway bride both times necessary. But they were both wankers, to be fair. You know,
were you in the dress?
On the day of the wedding, you just fucked off and you just...
No, the first time I just fucked off and I actually left a note that said, "Fuck you, Denise." That was my note.
Oh, okay. You weren't marrying someone called Denise.
No. Fuck
you, Denise.
Read the note, they're like, "I don't understand this note. Who's Denise?"
And that was on Christmas Day. But do you know what was more annoying? It's not even the pictures. What's more annoying is fucking doing it in front of your whole family when you can't say "fuck off." You give me the book and I want to sleep with your brother.
Hang on, you what? Repeat that.
Something about sleeping with your brother.
You ready for the English version? You ready for the English version?
Yeah.
Please don't go to me in front of your mother, because I'd really rather shag your father.
You didn't say that to him?
No, I didn't. I didn't shag his brother either, but, you know, it was just that way I was thinking. Yeah.
But you left a note and you ran away twice.
And I'm not wanting a photo. What do you want a reenactment of a photo shoot of a guy? How are you going to ever capture that moment when you were shagging his pal a couple of weeks ago and then you're putting it public that you're getting married to him?
I think it all ties into social media and having like a real public perception of stuff. And at the end of the day, everyone's flawed.
They're going to reach other luck to put the relationship status on Facebook.
In a relationship.
I think she thinks that the more photo shoots she has, the less she'll fuck other people. Maybe.
I think that's a good equation for life. Look, just keep photographing me and then I won't kill people.
Just keep putting it up that we're really happy.
Just keep doing it.
You're going to take 16 pictures of me tonight. So if you take 16 pictures of me tonight, I promise that I would suck your best pal cock.
Wow. Danny, what do you think? What do you think about the old forced photo shoots, unnecessary photo shoots?
And the forced photo shoots. I mean, I just think, especially like it's my wedding coming up, and you know, I've just said, 10 photographs maximum. Anything after that, I'm just going to look fucking miserable, because a lot of them, there's just no point in them, is there? Do you know what I mean?
No, like, they just go on and on.
Get one with the best man, get one with the rooms, get one with this, get one with that. That's all we need, right? Get one, then we got to get the fat, then we got to get these, then we got to get that, and then someone's pissed off because they're not in the photograph. I'm like, who gives a shit? Is it your day? Oh, you're just fucking here. So be grateful for being invited. You know what I mean? You can't get the photograph.
You should be a photographer, Danny. You'd be really good at weddings.
Oh my God. Can you imagine me and Dee having a photography company? Right? You fucking stand
photography company.
Yeah, you stand there and tell your child to stop being a little bastard because he keeps picking his nose when I'm trying to take a photo of the whole family.
Yeah, that must be a nightmare. That must be a nightmare. Well, maybe that. I mean, after like the comedy all dies and everything, and none of us work again, then maybe we could all start a photography company. And we'll just roll up at people's
photographers. Now, there's an idea. We'll take this then, because people with a sense of humour will love it.
Just us bowling out. We could all jump out of a van like the 18. Yeah. So get in a line. All right, Nan, at the back.
Yeah.
No one wants to see you old haggard cow. At the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no one cares. Okay. Sit down and shut up and get the fucking photograph done.
Okay. Moving on. DD Snaps. Nice one, Colin.
Yeah, look at that.
Dandy Snaps. I can't read for shit nowadays. It's something that happened like that.
Why Dan?
That camera would go missing rapid. I believe that's in reference. Lily would have to keep paying for new cameras.
Yeah.
For God's sake, guys.
I mean, she'd clearly be in charge of marketing, wouldn't she? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she'd do all the deal negotiations, and she'd be like, "Yes, we can provide you with a really sophisticated day." And then me and Dee rock up, and we're just like, "Hey, that's you." Right, Danny. Guys, if you can, please share the link, and obviously, if you can contribute, that'd be amazing. Danny, let's move on to one of yours. People who eat a burger with a knife and fork.
Why?
Who are these psychos?
Why?
Oh, Lily, you do it. Is that what that fact is?
We did discuss the London divide earlier, though, didn't we? Well, we were talking about the avocado.
No one else does it. It's just me, because it makes sense. It makes sense. It means you can get, like, if you hold it, you miss out loads of bits. Because they move, and I want a piece of everything. I want the cheese. I want the
with the knife and fork off the plate. Like, you just pick it up, get the lot in there. When you try and use a knife and fork, especially if it's a Wetherspoons burger, right? It breaks up. It breaks up.
You have the stick in the middle.
No. Oh, yeah, where you go to eat.
So you guys have a stick?
Flag. You have the little flag which says...
Yeah, but they're the same places.
With a diamond on the top.
You know what I mean? Like, just put it on a plate. Like,
But, Lily, would you eat a sandwich with a knife and fork?
I've been known.
Fuck off.
I'm not even on your show with her, Esther. I'm not working with her. I'm not working with her.
I don't know if Danny is so angry or he's frozen out of... I don't know if he's frozen with rage or just frozen.
I'm raging. She's raging.
Look, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person.
Lily, I'm not fucking having that shit. You can fucking take a knife and fork to your burger, but you'll never take my hand sandwich in.
Look, it makes sense. You can get the perfect amount of ingredients in one bite every single time.
No, you're sick.
It's the most pleasurable way.
You're sick in the mind. You're sick. Oh, we've lost Danny. God. Hey, you're in the middle.
I made him explode.
Oh, look, I'm in the jail now. Look. And this is where you'll notice that my eyes aren't equal. I haven't got... You're supposed to have a symmetrical face to be beautiful, aren't you? And I haven't got one.
I've got a symmetrical face, but you are still beautiful.
Liking your eyebrows as well, Dee. They're looking lit. They're looking well lit.
I'm getting back to prostitution since they announced that comedy might not be live anymore.
Well, we'll all be doing that. I might just charge my husband. Work from home.
It's double now.
Hey.
Just taking tips. All right, then. We don't have Danny anymore. Danny's gone. Not dead. Still with us. Okay, so let's go. Let's go.
Responsible for that.
But yeah, you put him into such a rage. I apologise
to everyone, but I also don't care.
Stuck in the middle with you. Do you eat your dinner with your hands?
Do you eat your dinner with your hands?
I'm so sorry, guys, right? So my internet's just gone off, and I've shouted down to Amy, babe, the internet's gone off. Do you know why? She went, because it's shit. I'm like, fucking that explains. You know what I mean? You should have a job in curries, you.
This is how you froze, though. You were mid-rant about the burger when you found out that Lily used a knife and fork to eat sandwiches, and you were frozen like this.
Yeah,
it was like that. It was like that screen grab from Monsters Inc.
I have friends in here that have been very silent, but Lily, see you're mentioning a fucking knife and fork with sandwiches. My friends have actually just want a taxi and they're going home. Going home because I talk to people that fucking take knives and forks to their sandwiches.
They're going to go home and have a go because now I've convinced them that this is the way forward.
No,
they're like, she's clever.
No. The reason the bread is there is because it stops sauces and everything from dripping off.
It doesn't, though. It's not good enough. We need bread with side overlap.
The bun is used. You pick the bun up because you're not going to get the meat and the sauce and the shit on your hands. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's called a burger. And you meant
my friend has just informed me that her now soon-to-be ex-husband ate a burger with a knife and fork. If I'd known that, I'd never let her marry him in the first place.
Andrew Smith says, how do you eat at Greg's? Andrew Smith says, how do you eat at Greg's? Andrew, she's never been to a Greg's. What are you talking about? Lily at a Greg's, she'll be like, sorry, where is Greg?
I'm feeling ganged up on.
I know, you're so cute. I love you.
Go on, rip the piss out of us for working class shit. Go on.
I can't.
I'm not working class. I'm middle class.
Look what I've caused.
I like the way I just went, I'm middle class, but I'm wearing this. I'm not middle class. Right, okay. Listen, let's move on. Because
are you wearing a wife beater vest?
I am. I'm wearing my husband's wife beater.
Good. It's good to be equal. You can both do the beating at some point.
Yeah. My husband, we realised, looks like Danny. They're pretty much identical. You two, if you paired up, you could be like, if my husband and Danny. Oh, he's angry. He's frozen. He's frozen, but we've got a profile picture.
Wi-Fi. You mentioned being his wife, and it was fucking out of there.
That Wi-Fi was like,
Amy, turn the fucking Wi-Fi off. Everyone's wanting wife swap.
Oh, he's back.
What you eat sushi with then, Mrs.?
Did you eat there? Did you eat me there? I said the internet's gone off, Amy, and I'm doing a show. It's not on. So I've gone from working class to a middle class lovey within fucking seconds.
It's just not on. It's not on.
Not on. Not on.
I can't remember where we were now. I'm all discombobulated.
We were at
Oh
yeah. What do you eat sushi with then? Says Melanie.
Chopsticks.
I use my hands.
I don't eat it.
Oh, you need to go to your suit. Or if I can't use chopsticks because I'm shit at them, stick it in and just
stick one chopstick in.
Yeah. Just one of them.
Not your finger.
Not my finger.
Or just headbutt the plate.
I'll just use my hands. Sorry, that's not a euphemism, but you know what I mean?
I love having thought of sushi and then thought of that. That's good to know, Danny.
Now we know Danny's sex talk.
And everything is just suits, isn't it?
Yeah. Danny on a Friday night. Sorry, darling, I can't get up. I'll just use my hands.
Yeah.
All right. I'll wear her like a puppet. All right. Well, she's tiny, your miss, isn't she? You're just sat there. All right. Stop it. Stop it. Poo yuck. Yes, April, exactly.
Let's move on.
Right, let's move on. Let's go to one of Lily's. When in a film, they don't clarify details of how they're going to meet up.
So it's sounding weird now that you're reading it out, but I really thought it was a good one when I thought of it.
Do you know what I hate? Like, on TV, and they'll just do stuff like that. We're having a conversation, and it's always in soap operas, and they'll just go, well, I think blah 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 blah, and then they just walk away, and I'm like, no one ever leaves a conversation like that.
Yeah,
ever.
it's not realistic, and this is what they do on the phone all the time. They're making an arrangement. They'll be like, oh, can we meet at the cafe tomorrow evening? And then they won't even say bye. They'll just hang up the phone. They never say bye in films on the phone. I don't know what that's about.
Or clarify time.
And then they don't clarify. They don't go.
Nicola's very glamorous. Hello, Nicola.
They don't go like,
hi, Nicola.
Which cafe, like what time, do you know, like, oh, is it the cafe on the corner that we normally go to? What, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. They never we go over the details to make sure they're meeting somewhere. And even if it's something important, like they're like, oh, murder this person, then they don't go, oh, can I just check the identity quickly? Did you say Jane Johnson? Exactly the address. They don't check any of these things.
You're so polite. Lily's like, sorry, can I just check the identity? Can I just run that past you again? I'm killing.
Because I need to know that I'm murdering the correct person.
Does that, Kyle? Your Wi-Fi keeps pausing. It keeps happening to all of us. Virgin is shit. And just think that wanker, Richard Branson, wants to pull him in. He wants us to pay him. What does he want us to do? He wants us to pay him money so he can cover extra holiday pay over this quiet period.
Yeah, bail him out.
Danny, what do you think about the lack of clarity in films?
Well, do you know one thing that pissed me off when I was watching, well, not even films, but series? Like, I see a bloke in a series, right? And I'm watching the whole series, and he's in incredible shape. He's got his top off. He's got a six-pack. He's got the pecs. He's got the muscles. Never seen him go to the gym fucking once in the series. I'm like, come on. Just show a bit of reality of how he got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just be in shape by going out and drinking beer every night and having sex with hookers. Do you know what I mean?
And you never see them cleaning up. They're never cleaning or tidying, but their houses always look great.
Yeah, but as performers, we just like, oh, so, you know, people are cleaning the set before you arrive. Do you know what I mean? We sort of see that side of things, don't we?
Dee, have you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it does, man. And my friends do this in group chats. It happened with Ben Nevis. They said, we'll meet you at Ben Nevis fucking something. And I'm like, look, it's a big place, man. The fucking mountain's massive. Specifically, what part of Ben Nevis are we meeting? And we all ended up in 3 different car parks. And like you said, if a guy's buffing a movie, I want to see him either bench press a fucking fat chick in a night out, or I want to see him fucking at the gym.
Yeah.
That's everything.
That's annoys. It annoys me. And then they'll say things like 7 p.m, babe. And you're like, where? Where are you going to 7 p.m? No one knows.
And they're sat having a Chinese and drinking some wine. I'm going, if I have a glass of wine, I put half a stone on. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think of the 365 film? I don't know what that is.
So I've heard about this. Because Duffy...
It's amazing.
Have you seen it?
It is amazing. It's one of the most... And because I'm so aware of trying not to be racist, he's not white.
Okay.
I don't know what fucking... I don't know, but he's fucking the most... He's been sent from God on earth. Of course, my friend's a feminist, and she said it's promoting rape. I says, well, I wouldn't have said no, so I would have been fine.
Yeah. Oh, please don't.
It is amazing. It's a very good, to be fair, if you look at it intellectually and not just from the pornographic side of things, right? It's a very good intellect into a guy and how he thinks about a woman and what actually makes him tick, and how she becomes the perfect match because she's totally different from what he's used to playing with.
But does he kidnap her originally?
But it's kind of like he kidnaps her and gives her multiple orgasms. I mean, I've been kidnapped before and I never get one orgasm. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But I guess that's what they're saying is unrealistic, that you don't get kidnapped by that kind of guy. You get kidnapped by a little gremlin. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
a guy with one tooth and fucking you're terrified. You're thinking, exactly. You're not
you could have used toothpaste.
Dead, but please not before it.
Danny just said you could use toothpaste. I mean, you could have brushed your teeth.
Yeah,
saying.
You know,
before the rain.
Do it in a way where they might possibly enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Dee, let's move on to one of yours. People who call you all sorts online, then want a selfie because his new bird loves you.
Yeah, there's this guy.
Who is this man?
Bear in mind, this guy looked like an extra off of Brab C's Child that was done for paedophilia and then died. Right, that was just the actor, not the actor character. Right,
so the actor's son was done for paedophilia.
See that guy that played Bernie and Rab C. Nisbet, the boy in Rab C. Nisbet. He was a paedophile.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he done me images and totally killed the whole Rab C. thing. That he dirty. But he was, and he made a list said, "Oh, you're a fucking," and he was calling me all these disgusting names. Like, bear in mind, this guy looked like a cross between Chewbacca and Bernie. You know what I mean? So I was like, how are you to flag me? And he's like, you might have lost some weight, but you're still one ugly bastard. And I was like, I want to rent that magic mirror that you fucking adopted off Snow White's Mall, you ugly cunt. And I met him because I'd seen his face and I'd never have seen him. You know that way it's imprinted. And he's like, it was all just a wee joke, though. You want to take a picture with my bird? And I'm like, you want to feed your bird first so that we can see her in the picture? She was getting no teeth and no waist. He was reported missing.
This
I don't think I've ever been in that situation, but that sounds like a really ridiculous.
The more online stuff you do, trust me, these people exist.
Well, I don't know if I've had people insult me online, but I've never had them insult me online and then go, "Can you take a picture with my bird?" Annette saying hi to Dee and Danny. Okay. Hi, Annette. Okay, Danny, have you had any incidences with abuse online demanding photos?
I got called a racist because I'd done an impression of Diane Abbott. Now, the reason I take the piss out of Diane Abbott and do impressions of her is because she's made really stupid decisions. The reason I take the piss out of Donald Trump, the reason I take the piss out of Boris Johnson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're politicians and they're open for people to take the piss out of them.
Yeah.
Because she was black, they said that I was a racist. There was fucking loads of words. They added loads to them. Do you know what I mean? I can't even remember what the joke was. It was when Philip Schofield came out. And what I said as Diane Abbott was that I think it's amazing that Philip Schofield has come out as grey because it saves him a lot of money on just men, right? So it was a misunderstanding, right? So somebody called me racist, and I said, "Hang on." I said, so you're saying if I do an impersonation of somebody who has a different colour skin to me, does that make me a racist? He says, yeah. I says, well, it doesn't. I says, because it means that, if I don't do that, it means they're not included. I said, so that makes you a fucking racist. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what is
but people will just look, people, right, I included this joke in my Edinburgh show last year because I put, so on my Facebook page it says Esther Manito, British Lebanese comedian, and I had a very angry member of an alt-right group come and write, well, you may be Lebanese but you ain't British, right? But what was even more brilliant is underneath one of his friends wrote, I don't understand what her sexuality's got to do with it.
Oh my word.
I was like, Lebanese, not lesbian, you dickhead. But it's absolutely fucking awesome. And that, I mean, the stuff you get online. I mean, I don't really get, Lily, do you get much online?
Yeah, a little bit, but usually I think you're just setting yourself up to get taken the piss out of now when you comment on something, because so many people can then use it in their show. Like I had a bit in mind I talked about my moon cup and about getting it stuck or something, delish. And this one guy commented, I'm really confused because I thought the vagina was only an inch deep. Oh, little baby penis.
What? So a moon cup, is that got a different word for it? You mean? Is that what you say?
No, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Honestly, you have to know what a moon cup is. If you don't know,
it's a thing. It's like that, and it goes in, and
not that big.
And then all your period goes in it, and then you just pull it out.
It's like a tiny goblet.
I got one last get to show me.
Yeah.
Lily, I think right after you, hen. Right after.
No, but it is a sophisticated. Do you know what I mean? There's no messing around. It opens up, bang, it's in, sorted. Do you know?
Not quite bang, but
Chelsea, you're looking beautiful, Dee. She is Chelsea. Give her that love. Well, I use a moon cup.
Right.
Now that I'd never used one, and then I used one, and I was like, actually, this is so much more comfortable than anything else I've used.
Shall I ask Amy if she's got one now?
Just shout down. Go shout down. We've got a few minutes left, and this is like the ending.
For the ending.
Yeah.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have a row after this, so can we just stay on for a bit longer?
Careful what you say. Turn the internet off again.
Yeah, I know she's gonna get annoyed. Okay, let's finish.
Do you take it out and empty it?
And just drink it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought a moon cup was a dessert from Pret a Manger. That's mango.
Okay, let's finish on one of Danny's. Okay. People who ask questions on Facebook when you are no longer live?
Yeah, you'll go live on Facebook, right, and you'll do something, and like everyone's like, there's a show I'm doing at the minute called The Many Faces of Danny Postal. So I have 5 celebrities. They've got to ask the celebrities a question. I've got to answer as those celebrities, right? So obviously, I rely on people asking questions to keep the show flowing. Now, like I've done it last night, and then today, people are still continuing to ask questions when it says Danny Postal was live. Like, do people not get the fact that when it is live, I'm live, but when I was live, I'm no longer live? So when it relies on you asking me questions to keep the like, I don't know what, you know, it's really weird. It annoys me a little bit because it's people not paying attention. That's what pisses me off a little bit. Yeah.
You ask so much of your fans.
Are you going to slag off your fans anymore, Danny?
No, because I'm trying to keep hold of as many followers as I can. Could you please not?
And you're doing that.
So
you're doing
interactive
that.
with my shows. Can you just stop loving them?
Did I, if I'm honest?
Danny's like, do you not get on my nerves when people are just like, oh, Danny, you're so amazing? And I'm just like, fuck off, I'm not live.
But I never get that.
I'd kill for that type of love. All I do is get either racist or very questionable elderly Arab guys asking me to have very illegal sex with them. So it's, you know, I would kill for the old love and attention from my fans.
Someone who,
Yes, hey.
If you get any more of those cunts online trying to give you any hassle, though, you send them up to Glasgow and I'll wrap the nut in them.
I'm gonna send them over to you. I would love to see you take on someone from Morocco. Let's see that. Just some guy going, I don't understand. She's very scary. She's very angry and she has a lot of knives. And her 8-year-old son has just beaten up a lot of my friends. It's not racist. I can do the accent. I'm an Arab. Okay. Lily, do you have any online issues? I know that you did have a little weird stalker who stalked us on our joint show for a bit.
Oh, Lil Mickey.
He's gone, Lil Mickey. But he's gone, hasn't he, now?
Yeah, where's he gone? I miss him, actually. He's probably just camping outside my house.
My photos called Mickey.
Oh, really?
No, really?
What's it like?
It's just Lil apostrophe Mickey.
That's
it. He likes them blonde. He's like one of myself.
Well, he's around profile.
Oh my god.
I love the fact that you two have got the same stalker. Danny, by any chance, do you have Ahmed Abdullah from stalking you as well?
No, but I would quite welcome. I would welcome him to my page because I need more fans after fucking that statement I just made.
Guys, I think that we're pretty much coming to the end of our show. You have all been awesome. This has been such a fun one.
Oh, that's just a laugh.
It's been a super good one. So follow us all on social media. I know you all just are here to see, you know, D by the comments, but you know, you can follow us all. Lily Phillips, D Maxwell, Danny Postal, Esther Manito. Thank you so much. Is there anything you guys want to play? Oh, me and Lily, sorry, before I get into that, me and Lily are doing our Drawn Together with D, all those fans of D. Next Wednesday, we're doing our online Pictionary show.
I done it last week. I done it last night. It was amazing. We had such a good time.
I'm looking forward to it. I always like to be on something I'm not in the driver's seat.
That's what he said. Okay, and then Danny, you've got Danny, you've got your Many Faces of Danny Postal.
That's every Wednesday. I'm also doing personalised voice messages for people now. And you know, I've done a few with Donald Trump today, and it was really great. What I love is the fact that I'm getting people on there who are basically saying, "Can you roast my friend Steve? We think he's a dick." So I'm just like doing daft messages for people like that. It's so much fun, and I dress up as a man. So click on me.
I to do that.
It as well. It is good fun. I get one today, and it was basically to phone our boyfriend, but with an angry voice, and say that he's left his stuff at my house. To better come and get it because my husband's coming to get him, and he proper shit himself. But it was hilarious.
Brilliant.
So two very different options there. You could go for a Donald Trump message, or you could have D Maxwell threatening to come around and rip your face off.
In the arts, everybody, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for watching us, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks to everyone who's for getting involved. Thanks to Joke Pit and Hotspot Comedy for being awesome. And remember, try and support comedy, because it's really fucking important that people have outlets and human contact and interaction. And it's not for us all to be cut off and sat behind screens and not interacting with people. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I'm going to pee myself, guys. Hurry up and get me off.